Hi, I'm Greg with Precision Replacement Parts. Today we're going to be installing our WFK 111082. This is a 4-piece beltline kit. It fits the first generation S10 S15 pickup and SUV platform. Let's get started. All right, we're going to start by removing the door panel. We're going to start with the window crank itself. We're going to use our spring clip removal tool. We're going to get between the crank itself and there's a little plastic protector. And there's a little spring clip that's back here. Now this spring clip can be put in from either way. So if for some reason it doesn't release from this side, from the knob side, you'll have to go from this side. But this one was correct. So we'll just place that back in its spot. There's 2 Phillips screws in the armrest area. There's a tab in the back, and that armrest goes backwards to release itself. And then we'll go ahead, and there's retaining clips around the perimeter of the door panel. Once we have the clips released, what we'll do, there's one additional up here. Bring our door panel up. And these are the retaining clips. The front edge of this outer belt line is underneath to reveal this side mirror, so we will remove the torque screws. For removal of the outer belt line, I'm going to use our ball end hook tool. On the back side of the door glass, I'm going to grab the lower edge of the old belt line and pull up. And there's a series of clips that hold this in place. And being able to reach underneath there will release those clips. These are the clips that I was releasing. Removal of the inner belt line that's attached to the door panel. This one has already been replaced by someone with some Phillips screws. We'll remove those. Original ones, they had staples in here, which you could use a small Dremel tool or even a side cutters. Cut the old staples and remove those. We'll go ahead and remove these screws. Even looking at this belt line, you can kind of see where the staples were at one time. Go ahead and clean this up a little bit, and we'll install the new one. All right, we're ready to reinstall the inner belt line onto the door panel. On the belt line, we do have some alignment tabs, and they will go into some corresponding holes. The fabric is kind of covering that one up. So what we'll do, make sure they're lined up. And at the same time, we'll just double check, make sure that the belt line is sitting correctly onto the door panel on the visible side. Now in the front, it's going to disappear behind the panel, but that's how it's designed. So now with those tabs in place, I'll go ahead and use just a couple of vice grips, light pressure, just to hold that in place while we secure it to the panel. Now we're going to use some small rivets. Be conscious of your grip range to make sure they go through both layers, the belt line and also the door panel. Go ahead and drill the hole. Going to rivet this in place. Again, that rivet is mushrooming on the back side to hold it. So that's in place, we'll take a little paint pen. Since our rivets are silver, we'll paint them black. We'll continue along the belt line. Go ahead and finish up on the last one. Finished up on this last one. Now we can install the door panel onto the door. We're going to start the reinstallation of the outer belt line. And we are going to put it, the door shell will go into this groove here, and I'm going to start by sliding behind this molding of the outside side mirror. I will continue the installation by pushing this down, make sure the door glass is on the correct side of that belt line, and push it down in place. You may feel the clips engage, you may hear them engage, but once this belt line is in place, it'll be nice and flush on the outside and it won't pull up. We're going to install the inner door panel that has the new inner belt line on it. I'm going to start by wrapping it over the top of this door shell here. And we'll just line up our pins with their respective holes. We're basically just pushing it in on the door panel, setting those pins, fastening the door panel. Okay. We're going to again install our armrest. Again, these tabs start behind, then engage forward, should allow us to then put these screws in. Okay, the last piece of the puzzle will be our door handle. Again, we're going to use the other end, our spring removal tool, to insert the spring into our door crank. And you're done.